Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down and then nitty gritty under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, I'm very important. Not important to liberals, libertarians, people who believe in God, people who smoke, people who drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. That's 80% of you, of the masses of asses. Please read my description box to find out more about me. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, especially put it down below. This video is pertaining to a responsibility video called Stop Jerking Off. The truth may offend you. And though I watched his video only halfway, he spoke of nothing interesting as well. He hasn't. He really hasn't spoke of anything interesting because everybody's different. And he was talking about some points that I want to make very clear about jerking off, okay? I'll give you my description about jerking off and my history about jerking off, okay? So the first point that he was completely wrong about is this, that, you know, kids feel awkward about it. Now, I don't know about, I think it's different for everybody. Because to me, it was good as hell. It felt kind of weird at first, but I kept doing it. And I had no kind of gripes on feeling ashamed about myself. I think that's a beta male characteristic, because I never felt ashamed of masturbating or exploring myself at the age of 13 or even at that age. Okay, I realized that when I heard the word sex in school, you know, you were curious about things. But usually 9 times out of 10, if you feel awkward and you were young, you're going to be awkward throughout the rest of your fucking natural life. Sorry. And it will be very hard to build confidence, especially if you just want sex. So now I talked about one thing. What else did he talk about? He's talking about feeling awkward. You're going to feel awkward. He's probably talking to a group of individuals who basically felt that way. But I'm talking about everybody else here. Everyone feels differently when it comes down to masturbation. Okay, there's different forms of masturbation. There's the control essence of masturbation. There's the joking technique, which I usually do. You can pull upwards on it to make it longer because you have confidence in yourself, so you can have better sex. Okay, but masturbation actually helps you to extend your, releasement. Okay, as a matter of fact, it does. So the more you jack off, the more you're not going to be able to jack off if you do start to have sex. But of course, you can watch other videos to obtain confidence, but I'm going to tell you a quick way of obtaining confidence within yourself. Instead of all of the techno mumbo jumbo he was talking about, and he was like rambling on my ear, he was kind of very monotone. He wasn't animated at all. He wasn't a gigolo like myself, and he doesn't have a lot of experience. So he's like a young boy. He got more subscribers than me. I don't really care about that. The whole point is that always listen to someone who has experience. Okay, he hasn't had a lot of experience with a lot of women. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because he's talking about awkwardness. And guys, black guys don't need to get awkward with things. Okay, that's a white thing, Milano thing, just to be simple. So let me tell you the good and the bads of jerking off. Now, if you're an awkward individual, okay, jerking off can be very bad for you. As a matter of fact, there's guys out there, white guys particularly, like I talk to, who jack off like OCD. They just keep doing it. They can't stop. They just can't stop. But when I learned from the hustlers and the pimps and the gigolos, okay, I wanted to be one of those guys. So the first thing a guy has to do to stop jerking off so fucking much is to keep himself busy. This is the fundamental breakdown of how to stop OCD and jacking off. It's like you have to do that shit, because I heard about that shit and then I was like, holy fucking shit, for real? Do you think of sex every second? And there's guys out there says yes. So the best thing for the first thing you to do is to keep yourself occupied by doing different things. If you want to build confidence to get a woman, it's better to bring your mind up to speed and travel overseas. You don't want to deal with any females these days, with women especially, because they're not virgins and you don't want to waste your time. I lost my virginity when I was 31. But people would laugh at me and say, but then I got more pussy than they have. So how is that possible? Because I learned how to have confidence in myself. I learned how to have pizzazz and charming ability. I know how to make a female smile within the first 10 seconds. Okay, so if I come up to you and I say, hey, how you been? What's going on? Hey, You're gonna laugh, and you might just give me the pussy, okay? You gotta learn how to have a personality, guys. Mainly Milanos, the crackers, usually have an issue with this, unless you're super attractive. Now, if you're super attractive, that's a plus on you. That's life gets easier for you. But to jack off has good and negative attributes. Again, if you have some sort of OCD, you're gonna have to get strong about it, because there's guys out there who have OCD with jacking off and they end up killing motherfuckers. They'll just get really wrapped around one female. And when I was a blue pill, I was gonna kill myself because I didn't get no ass. Straight up. But then you got whites who may become incels, involuntary virgin, and not know how to control that. There's Chinese and Orientals who commit suicide because of loneliness, because they're not being busy enough. Video games is not enough. You've got to move around physically. You got to get your cardio in. You got to get some more research and development in your own mind. This is my daughter. She's sleeping now. I'm a prodigy. I'm also a psychologist of sorts and a therapist of sorts. I talk to hundreds of people, hundreds of men and women. And of course, he may be faking it, because I was looking at his stats. I'm like, where's this guy getting his stats from? I don't know this guy. He's not that popular. He's just a white guy, okay? I'm just a black guy who's telling you, okay? Yeah, I've been to Ethiopia. I'm a black guy who's telling you I make my own porn. And you better be careful with that. Does he got his own porn? Have you traveled overseas? Has he talked about any menage a trois? As I said before, be careful with guys like that. They're just looking for attention and they think they're experts because they had no experience. Now, the bad side of OC and jacking off is bad. More than enough. But there's a good side to it. When I used to jack off, I would not get no pussy, but I wouldn't do it all the time because I would be too busy playing video games, actually playing basketball, doing some research. I'm really into education. I do not want to be a person who's lacking in the educational department or not being a very good conversationalist. Because if you talk to me, oh my fucking God. Oh my motherfucking God. I will blow your ears off with some shit I learned in my life. And y'all guys gonna have to start becoming Renaissance mans. Start learning everything you possibly can. Talk to strangers. It doesn't necessarily have to be women. And as a matter of fact, it's better off not to talk to women in the first place. They don't got shit in common with you. They don't hear you. They don't give a fuck about you. And even attractive guys. I talk to highly attractive guys who are 8, 9s, and 10s. 8, 9s, and 10s are pretty tall, right? They get all that booty, but they got the worst diseases, man. Those motherfuckers. Stories I can tell you about 8, 9s, and 10s fuckboys. And you want a piece of pussy? Get your ass an education. Get yourself a passport. Travel overseas. You'll get some free pussy. That pussy is nice. Nice. Yes. And I know pussy cats are everywhere. But all of the women I've talked to in this motherfucking country, oh my fucking God, they're terrible. Compared to foreign women, get yourself an education and some confidence. Start copying off of black comedians like Eddie Murphy, Eddie Griffin, Cedric the Entertainer. Look at some black, trust me, you'll get some pussy going on the black side of humor. Don't listen to Dave Chappelle type shit, okay? Don't listen to Kevin Hart, okay? Jack Black is fucking funny as hell, okay? There are some white comedians who are right in that middle ground. Like Jim Carrey. You better start imitating, hypnotize yourself, motherfucker. You better find a way to build your confidence up. You don't need hoes. They're only going to cause problems for you down the line. So I said everything I possibly can say. The good side of jerking off is that you're working out your piece, your muscle. That's your main muscle besides your head. Your ginseng, your garlic, focus on your health. That's most important than anything else. Keep your virginity. I was in the court, and I'll be out there in Ethiopia, and these guys never had a piece of ass in their life. Do they complain about not finding a girlfriend? No. This is in Ethiopia. I got my own videos being living out there. Because you got to be a prodigy. You got to be your own unique person. You can work out. Jelking is pulling up. You get some Vaseline, pull up. You can get it 1/2 inch to 1 inch if you just pull up hard enough. You use your fingers. Medications, stay away from them. Prepare yourself, because you will. By listening to me, you'll get some pussy, okay? I hooked up tons of motherfuckers, okay? Sometimes I made mistakes by hooking up some individuals because they were liars and shit and drunks and shit. But trust me on this, I got tired of doing it because I don't get paid for it. So if I hook you up with a girl and shit, and next thing you know, you fuck her up and some shit like that, that's because you must have lied or she must have lied, okay? And people love to lie. So it's best, if you want to be safe, just go overseas and shit. Get a piece of confidence. Do more research. Joking is good for you if you do it healthy-wise. Other than that, if you don't joke the correct way, look it up on the internet. You'll find joking half an inch to an inch. Yeah, if you're like 4 inches, go to 5. If you fuck with any versions, you ain't gonna be able to get in. I'm telling you right now. All right, trust me. You want to seek out virgins. You do not want to seek out females who've already had sex. So that's an alpha trait. Keep yourself busy in video games. Do it healthy. It's good to release. You don't want to get blue balls and black balls and green balls. You better release that shit. So this is my response to that video. So that guy, he kissed my ass today. But of course, I'm a comedian. I wish motherfuckers to stop trying to give educational videos when they have no experience. Fuck who they coached. Fuck who they coached. Do you hear how the way I'm talking to you right now? Are you going to start getting some confidence now, brother? Okay, are we going to start playing games and keeping yourself distracted from them hoes? Because trust me, it's not worth it. It's not worth looking to my eyes. Because I know the pain. I almost committed suicide. I started learning about women when I was like 19, and then I said, fuck this, I want to get paid. So I bought me a strap-on and shit, and fuck, use vaginas only. I don't touch that shit. I inspect it. I get my knowledge from gynecologists, and some of them gynecologists be lying to fucking hoes all of the time, telling them that the pussy snaps back, and then I had to do so. I said, does the pussy? Ask questions in your life. What are you into in life, okay? What do you want to be in your life? Keep yourself in solitude. Get your own shit, okay? Never marry without a fucking prenup, but you shouldn't get married at all in these days. Think about polygyny. That's the true nature of a real man, right? Fuck all the techno-babble and shit, all that psychological bullshit. Find your own way, the natural way or the hard way. You're gonna learn as soon as you get hurt. Don't try to hurt nobody else. Hurt that bitch. Hurt the bitch that hurt you. Don't just express your anger. Don't be an incel and just start shooting up fucking schools and shit. Don't do that shit. Fuck up the person who fucked with you. And that's why women disappear every day. There's no hell scorned in a man's anger and rage. Get the fuck out of here. Women always talk about, oh, there's no hell fairy in a woman's going to say, what the fuck? What is she talking about? So, that's all I really wanted to say about the good things of joking and jerking off versus the bad things. And if you can't get up off your lazy ass, you need to kill yourself because you just fucking lazy as fuck. I know a lot of crackers who ain't got a lot of self-confidence. I know a lot of crackers who got a low self-esteem. I even know some niggas who got low self-esteem. And they attractive and shit. And I was shocked, okay? And I'm like, damn, man, I got more confidence. I'll get all of this woman if I wanted to. But I don't like use vaginas, okay? They gotta pay up. I know that may sound like some pimp shit, but I'm not no pimp. I'm usually direct, upfront, and funny. That's all I'm direct, upfront, and funny. And I think that's enough for most women. If I say, this is my leverage, if you don't want to give this to me, I take this away. And that's how you should be as well. Fuck love. Fuck love. Don't get that love out of your system. Love, puppy love, all that emotional shit. Get rid of that shit. It's a waste of motherfucking time. And that's all I really wanted to say, guys. I hope you learned something in this video under 13 minutes. You talked for 14 minutes. I could have said everything within 10 minutes if I wanted to, but I'm just carrying on out here. Because you're getting it from a black man who has lots of experience. Peace.